Колеги, ми продовжуємо робочий день.
We continue our working day. Colonel Oleksander Motuzyanyk, Presidential Administration spokesman on ATO-related issues. Good afternoon, esteemed journalists. We are starting from good news. During the last 24 hours, not a single Ukrainian serviceman was not killed and was not wounded. 27 provocations were registered during the 24 hours. Now in more details. In Lugansk direction, the enemy was active only in one place. That was near village Trokhizbinka, which is to the north of Bakhmutske highway. The militants were fighting from grenade launch from the opposite bank of Seversky Donetsk River near Slavyano-Serb, Donetsk direction, and village Lugansk, which is to the south of Svetlodarsk. There were 4 provocations of militants, one of them using armored personnel carrier. The similar situation is to the north and west from Gorlivka in Mayorsk. The snipers of enemy were working yesterday in the western outskirts of Donetsk. The military actions were lasting in the evening from 6 to 12 p.m. During the few minutes the enemy was shelling the ATO forces near Krasnogorivka from 82 mortars. Other cases of use of heavy weaponry by the armed illegal criminal formations were not registered. Yesterday, the militants again demonstrated the firing at civilians. This happened near Donetsk at one of the checkpoints of the occupants. The car that was moving from Mariupol was shot by the militants when the driver started to turn back. In the result of the shelling, the driver was heavily wounded. Getting back to the closest Ukrainian checkpoint, he was delivered by Ukrainian servicemen to the hospital in Volnovakha. And also one military provocation took place in Mariupolsky direction, that was between Novotroitsk and Kuchaevsk, where the enemy for 5 minutes was firing from small arms. According to the information of the main intelligence department on the occupied territory of Donbass, the recruiting of militants continues to participate in military actions on the territory of Syria. The soldiers are promised, so-called soldiers are promised the remuneration from $1,400 to $2,000. The specific feature of the contract is no commitments in case the body is to be returned if the militant is killed. The Security Service of Ukraine blocks the channels of supply of militants. The special services block the channel of trafficking of diesel fuel to militants at the control point at the station of Nirkova in the direction of Krasny Liman, Lugansk. Stopped the train which was moving the non-operating locomotive to the territory, to the occupied territory, and the locomotive had 15,000 liters of diesel fuel. Ukrainian tankers improved their military skills. In Dnipropetrovsk region, there were exercises in conditions close to military and combat conditions. The tankers are improving their skills on eliminating the enemy's artillery and armored equipment. Also, the servicemen had exercises in Donetsk region. For 2 days, the servicemen were shooting from Kalashnikov machine gun and other types of weapons. Do you have any questions or clarifications? Once you have no questions or clarification, thank you, Colonel. Thank you. The next press conference will take place